Hello everyone, welcome back to another Sidewalk STEM here at the East Lansing Public Library. So I thought this week, since it's been so rainy, so gloomy and cold out, it's kind of this non-stop drizzle that we've had, it might be kind of fun to emphasize what can be a really fun indoor activity. So today, we're going to do a simple sort of mystery box activity. And you can do this at home by just kind of grabbing any extra box you might have lying around. And then one person can kind of put some things from around the house that are in the box, seal it up, and then other people have to try and figure out what it is without opening it. This is actually a pretty good exercise to practice some of your observational skills and to also kind of emphasize some of the things about the scientific mindset. So you could do this activity and be like, I want to try and guess what's in this box. But that's only kind of one thing you might do, trying to guess the object, what it is. You also might think, I'm going to try and observe and describe as many of the characteristics or properties about the thing in this box that I can from the data that's available to me. So if I do this, I might think, is it something that sounds like it's rolling, or is it sliding? Can I figure anything out about its shape? And it sounds kind of like it's just dragging along the cardboard there. And it also sounds like it doesn't slide very far before it hits the end. So I'm thinking maybe it's something that's almost kind of as long as the box. If I go this way, it slides a little bit further before it finally hits. So I'm thinking it's probably a little narrow as well. So I'm getting some information about what might describe some of the properties of the shape of this object. It also sounds like there's probably just one thing in this box. So I can sort of infer that perhaps. And it sounds like what's in here is kind of hard as well, maybe kind of solid. It doesn't sound sort of squishy or very soft or fluffy. So I'm collecting a lot of different kinds of observations about the characteristics of what might be in this box. And if I had to make a prediction, I could say, well, maybe it's something that's kind of about this size and kind of hard, and there's just one thing in there. You know, maybe it's, who knows what. You can make some educated guesses here. And then you can have someone open the box and sort of see. And lo and behold, we have everyone's favorite Wookiee. We have a little Chewbacca toy here. So if you were trying to play this game to guess what's in the box, that would be really hard. You'd be like, oh, I was wrong. I didn't guess Chewbacca. But, unless you, could see the future or were just incredibly lucky, I doubt anyone would ever guess something like, oh, that's clearly a Chewbacca action figure. But our description, the evidence we had available, the characteristics weren't too far off. It was something that was long and narrow, hard. It was just one thing. So we collected some sort of good data there. We can try another box. So here I've got another one. And I'll do kind of the same thing, and you can use boxes of kind of any shape. And I think I know what they might have done. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. There's no sound, no sliding, no crashing. So I think, yeah, thank you. I think they gave me an empty box. So I think this box is empty. Well, look at this. Incorrect. There was a balloon in there, pretty clever. And so, this illustrates another important point of the scientific mindset, right? Scientists might have predictions or ideas about how things might work or how the world might function, but they're also open to sort of being humble to the data or humble to the evidence, letting the evidence tell them once they go out and collect it. So here I had a prediction that this box was actually empty, and turns out there's a balloon, and now I have to revise my ideas. Clearly there was a balloon in there. And had I described the description of, well, it's not making any sounds, I don't hear any scratching, I could have successfully described quite a few properties of both an empty box or a balloon in a box. And this is kind of a good reminder, right? Even this box didn't just have a Chewbacca. It also was full of air. All these same air molecule components that are bouncing around the room here were also in that box. So it kind of depends on our level of thinking as well. So this can be a pretty fun activity to get you through a rainy afternoon, and you can reuse the boxes and put other things in there and sort of practice thinking observationally about a science, sort of as a scientist, thinking about characteristics and properties, and then kind of going out, doing the experiment, opening the box and seeing what it actually is, and seeing how many of those characteristics you successfully described. All right, well, thank you. Hopefully we get some nicer weather in the not too distant future, and I'll see you next time for another Sidewalk STEM.